So it turns out our old friends, the 80s kids, are coming on the show. Finally.
Hooray!
I love the 80s kids. That's great. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, so we can finally show you their art. That's
Yeah,
what it's
they were great to have on. Well, one guy from the 80s kids was great to have
about.
on.
Yeah.
Guys, would you be interested in coming to my gallery?
Yeah. Well, what you featuring?
Yeah,
Well, it's in the bathroom right now.
in the bathroom.
Yeah.
I think you'd better explain.
What do you mean?
Well, before I go in there, I kind of want to know what to expect.
Am I gonna have to light a
What do you
match?
think is going to be in there?
Knowing you, probably something horrible.
Yeah. My goings.
Do you have a name for this gallery exposition?
It's scatological.
Yeah, that's the name of it. It's
Scat-illogical.
Scat-illogical.
Yeah. I poop in the shape of Spock.
In the shape of Spock?
Yeah.
Like pointy ears and everything?
Yeah. Illogical. Scat-illogical.
How many pieces does this have?
On a good day, I can squirt out an ear and a half.
So this took you some time to
Oh,
put
man.
together.
Yeah, you're going to want to clean your bathtub.
Oh.
God. Oh, at least it's just in the bathtub, right?
Live long and clean your gross shower from all my poop. I pooped in your tub.
What the hell are you guys watching?
There you are. Welcome. It is Ugly Couch Show time again. I am Master Torgo.
I'm the famous Paul.
Just Michael.
And we're here to tell you what to watch, what to read, what to play. It's good to have you back. And of course, as always, what's going on in my mouth? Jelly.
No.
Today's What's Going in My Mouth is brought to you by Coleman's new Never Out Candle in the Wind. Brought to you by Elton John. Yes, for those days when you're camping on the mountainside and the wind is a-blowing, you need the Coleman Candle in the Wind, because it will never go out. Like Elton John. And the princess. Wait, she did go out. Oh, no.
All right, here we go. You know what? This one, I got my bets on this one. It's going to be good.
Okay.
I have good feelings.
It's high time we had a good one.
Yeah.
I don't think we've had a good one for a while.
I mean, a little off, but probably pretty good. It's sure it doesn't even have a company on it, does it? Really? Peanut butter old-fashioned soda.
It's Rocket Fizz, I think.
Okay, so Rocket
It's
Fizz
by
brand.
Rocket Fizz.
So it's got to be good.
Sure, with a name like Rocket Fizz. Is this a twister?
Probably, but I like going.
I don't think it is a
hardcore.
twister.
I just like,
fancy.
I just like
You gotta
watching
fancy it
you
up.
in paint. That's a fine color. That's a great
Like
white base.
I mean, like
well, it's gotta.
It literally looks like somebody took peanut butter and put some soda water in it.
It's
and
like-
let it-
you got your peanut butter in my club soda.
Almost like it's smelling peanut oil.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
Who knows? All right. You ready?
Yeah, well, of course I'm ready.
1, 2, 3.
It's like it's like a super sweet Nutter Butter.
What are the little?
You're
Just
being
the
really
cream.
fucking kind.
No.
That's disgusting.
No, it's those hard peanut butter
the hard
candies.
peanut butter candies. But there's like a dirty.
Let me tell you what
I
this
think
is.
they got some shell in
Someone
it, too.
swept up the fucking Lone Star Steakhouse
Yeah,
floor
yeah.
with a Coke mop. That's what that is. That's Lone Star peanut shells and a mop full of Coke in a bucket. That's disgusting.
Yeah, because there's like that dirty shell taste.
Disgusting.
In the
Do you
end.
like eating dirty shells?
Now I gotta try it.
Dude.
I don't think it's horrible.
Maybe mine's got more shell in it.
Maybe it does.
Oh.
You go to town.
Gross. It tastes like a dirty peanut shell.
It's like the candies that your grandmother brings
No.
Yeah, but dirty.
I don't know. It's got
There's
it's got a sweetness to it. I mean,
Very
it's
sweet.
not
It's
certainly-
very sweet.
Certainly not something I would probably drink regularly.
I would never
but-
drink this ever again. No. Under duress, I would refuse it.
I'm all right with it.
Nope.
There is a little something in the after, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
the-
gross.
There's
It gets
something weird that's
really
dirty.
nasty.
It tastes like dirty shell.
It's bad.
It starts off tasting like that peanut
Dirty
butter
shell.
candy, that hard peanut butter
Yeah.
candy.
Peanut brittle, is that what you mean to say?
No, not peanut brittle. It's that,
No.
those little like crunchy, flaky candies.
And the
Crunchy,
inside's kind of has like a
flaky.
little creamy thing in it.
Yeah, there's like a little creamy thing to
Yeah.
it.
I don't know what you're talking
grew up in
When you're
Kentucky,
old,
how
you'll
could you not
know
know?
because
I
you'll
don't
have them
know.
all the
well,
time.
Maybe I guess I didn't like it then. Maybe I only ate it once. I was like, fuck
And
that
you're like,
candy.
oh, that's like dirty shell candy.
It's gross.
But yeah, the aftertaste has dirty shell to it.
Oof.
We've had worse.
Yeah, we
We've had
have,
much,
but that's
much
not
worse.
saying much.
Steven Seagal's lightning bolt.
Exactly.
That's pretty bad.
Well, we got a nice surprise for you. We're going to get into later on our reviews of items, but first we decided to bring the 80s kids on by. So we've had them on our podcast in the past.
We have.
And that, you know, they're artists, so you can't hear artists work unless they're musicians. So
No.
here they
Theirs is
are,
a visual medium, so we turn it over to this visual medium.
the 80s kids.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ace reporter Jelly Biglands here with the scoop of the art world century. I am here with none other than the 80s kids blowing up the Las Vegas art scene. Boys, why don't you introduce yourself to the night people at home?
I'm Jacob Gallegos.
Hello, I'm Ryan Brunty, and together we form the 80s Kids.
Yes,
You
indeed.
guys can put an explosion in there.
Superpowers going on over here. Guys, how's it feel to be the toast of the Las Vegas underground art clique?
I mean, we wouldn't know, but I'm sure it's awesome.
I'm sure one day it'll be good.
All right,
sure-
okay,
I'm sure it's like
yeah.
the
So,
best
okay,
feeling.
that's a preemptive question then. That's a preemptive question. So, boys, you've really been blowing up lately. You got some great art shows in some of the local comic shops. How was that? How was your recent experiences? You have some of your wares for sale here in Vegas?
Yeah, we had an exhibit at Alternate Reality Comics, right?
That was
down the
amazing.
street.
That was really, really fun. Ralph is a really nice guy.
Yes, big shout out to Ralph, everybody.
Hey, Ralph.
Hey, Ralph.
Came up to us and, saw the amount of work that we had and that it kind of geared towards his shop and felt that he wanted to do kind of like a little exhibit to us, a little artist spotlight.
Yeah, it was cool because it was the first time we've ever done originals, and
Yeah.
it was, for me, the first time ever exhibiting, so it was kind of nerve-wracking.
Sure.
It was.
It really was. It kind of, you felt like you had weeks to plan, but it still kind of came down to like the last 5 hours before
Yeah.
we needed to deliver our
Yup.
prints.
Yeah, Jacob and I got in our first fight ever.
Whoa!
Yeah.
And then we made up with just some hard kissing.
Super quick
Good.
kissing on the lips, pecks mostly.
Yeah, yeah.
But no, it
Then
was
we went to the gym and drank our protein shakes, and
no, it was a really cool opening. I mean, we had a DeLorean down there with his name's Andy, and he owns a DeLorean, and he dresses
Well,
up
see,
like
there you
Marty
go. So if it
McFly.
went totally wrong, you can always just jump in that motherfucker and fix it.
exactly.
Yeah, I've never met a cussing puppet before.
You never met a knot of puppets, have you? We swear like sailors.
This is awesome. I feel like I'm on Sesame Street.
This is awesome.
Fuck those guys. Hacks.
Yeah, that was a really, really cool experience.
Yeah, it was.
I think it's still up right now. We're supposed to go take it down.
Yes.
We'll do it eventually, Ralph. promise.
Yeah, we promise we'll be down there.
So, not to put too many carts before horses here, but, we jumped the gun a little bit. How did the 80s kids come to be?
I love Ryan's origin story to this. So I'm gonna let him take that.
Well, the 80s Kids was formed like any great venture, like any wonderful duo, the power of booze.
Yes.
Basically, Jacob and I were drinking alone during a rainy night, listening to a lot of Captain and Tennille, and we just looked in each other's eyes, and I blew the candle out with my finger. I was just like,
Your finger blows?
wait a second.
You have a
And so I
blow
just
finger?
went like that, and then I go, it's time. And we just started discussing prints, and we made about 20 prints that
Yeah.
night, and then did a First Friday, and we've done First Fridays ever since.
Yeah, it kind of started. We made like this really minimalistic kind of "They Live" poster, and then it just kind of. Oh, no, it was the Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
it was the
this one
Ghostbusters
right here,
one.
actually.
Yeah,
Yeah, show it off.
It was
Got
this
some
one
of your
right
That was
fine
our very
wares
first
here.
print.
it was the Ghostbusters
Look at
and
that.
Stay Puft. So
Dope.
we came up with that, and then from that moment we've had this adrenaline rush, and we just kept pumping it out throughout the night, and then. Really, truthfully, we were like, let's do First Friday, and that's about as far as we had. We were like,
Yeah.
First Friday, and then after that, we're like, probably nothing will come from that, but then it just kind of snowballed effect, and it was great.
snowballs.
Yeah, right?
That's great.
Yeah, no, so,
So-
it was really neat. And so every time we get to do another First Friday or Comic Expo or anything, we always look back and just go, wow, that was cool.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, First Friday is a big cultural event here in Las Vegas. Every first Friday of the month have huge art displays, food trucks, and ladies of the night, if you're so inclined, drum circles, all kinds of madness going on.
Art galleries. You can go to art
Go
galleries.
to art galleries now. Big art galleries.
I'm big on art galleries.
So what was the genesis behind the focus on the 80s? Was it just because, do what you know kind of thing?
We originally wanted to do the 1880s, but it proved too hard.
Sure.
Really hard.
It was mostly polio. And
Polio and
fun.
musketeers and
Yeah.
yeah.
we had like 7 different Treasure Island books.
Oh,
By Robert
Stevenson?
Stevenson,
Yeah, there you
right?
go.
Robert
Louis-
Frost Stevenson?
Robert Frost Stevenson?
Sure.
Yeah. Literary hour with the 80s.
There you go.
No, for us, it was one of those things where we just started talking about what influences us, and it was mostly Pee Wee Herman for me, and then it was the
Back to
rest
the-
of the 80s for Jacob.
It was Back to the Future for me. I have the flux capacitor tattooed on my wrist. It was a huge.
Oh, show that off if you can.
It is right there.
Look at that. Dope.
Oh.
We're back.
Didn't see
We're
that.
back. We went through space and time. So,
See that.
any other major influences as far as the art goes? Is there a particular
Our dads.
artist for either of you that really speaks to you
Yeah,
besides just Slimer?
Yeah, my nana used to play the piano every Sunday with the curtains open and the wind blowing, and that's a really fond memory for me. So,
Yeah.
By Nana, I
my
trust
Nana.
you mean grandmother?
nope.
Nope.
Just some
woman
we
came
called
over.
Nana.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm your Nana from now on. Get fucking used to it.
Yeah,
Here
we
comes
download
some
it,
piano
throw.
music.
Right. My dad used to send me
Bullies,
artwork from
man.
prison, so really there's a lot of spider webs and
Okay.
guys,
Honestly, it was
guys
just-
doing weights.
It was just his hand, and then he'd paint a turkey beak on it and say, "Get me out of here, please."
Is that
I'm not
flux
gonna make it through the rest of the
capacitor?
week.
Is that flux capacitor a prison tag? Is that done with like a Sharpie and a pen?
Put the blade in the foot long.
Yeah, okay. All right, great. Okay, so now we know a little bit about the backstory. Let's look into the future. What's next? What's the big thing, big plans for the 80s kids? Where you going besides through space and time?
Mostly
Mostly.
through space and time.
There's
Okay.
But
We-
on
we-
the
we-
horizon. But yeah, near future we have another collab coming out with our buddy Danny of Fat Beard Studios. This one's gonna be a simple little one. It's gonna be really cool.
Yeah.
Basically just mashing up our 2 logos.
Yeah,
and
it's
we're
gonna be
have
fun.
Shirts and
Coming back to
prints
First
and-
Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that'd be a great little
The boys are back in town, Mom.
Boys of Summer. For
Awesome
sure.
to hear. You
Yeah.
guys,
So we're doing that, and then the biggest thing that we had actually announced this last week that we're gonna do film. We're in the middle of writing like 10 screenplays right now.
really?
Yeah, we're gonna gravitate towards that, and we're gonna try our stab at podcast for a while and see how that works.
Awesome.
Out. Yeah.
So you're looking at like maybe full-on production company
Yeah.
here with 80s kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically we just want to do mostly musicals, but
Zombie music.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I got a few
Puppet zombie
I got a few
musicals.
tunes in my trunk. I gotta let you hear.
Sure.
I'm working on this piece
my
about an
trunk.
abandoned
Put it in your
doll.
butt when you say that.
It's really dark, but
really
you might
dark.
like it. Yeah.
The
yeah.
Cavern
Voice.
of Dreams.
Yeah.
It's like the Dagobah.
It's
So guys,
Muddy.
where can people find out all the information that is pertinent and relevant about the 80s kids if they
Jacob.
want to know more?
The80skids.com.
where you can find all of
Prince.
these kids' news.
80s style.
So,
Facebook.com
and Twitter.
/80skids. Yeah.
So
How to
get
do
on
that,
it. Follow these dudes, buy their artwork, and support Vegas art entrepreneurs extraordinaire,
please.
the 80s kids. Any
never
final
called that
shout outs,
before.
gentlemen?
Shout outs
Yeah.
to my dad
shout-
in prison.
I want to
Yeah,
shout out
love
to
you.
Shahab. I'm glad you're alive.
Yeah, Shahab.
Gave us quite the scare
It
today,
was quite
Shahab.
a square.
You gave
Quite
us
a
quite the
square
squirt
today.
today, Shahab.
Shahab, a big, he writing this book, or did write a book, Prison Break. I mean, if you haven't read, go read it. It's amazing. Shahab, Danny.
Shahab's one of those. Is the only guy that I know that has 17 different ventures, and he's great at all of them.
Yeah, it's
I'm gonna
great.
start a record label. I'm gonna start a book.
Yeah.
Sorry, but yeah, Shahab, you're the dude. Other shout outs would be Jacob's dad from prison.
Yeah, which we already did. I miss
Yeah,
him. I love you,
again.
Dad.
You can never give enough shout outs to people in jail.
No.
Trust me.
But yeah,
They live for that shit. It's all they've got some days.
Yeah.
Atron Framing,
Yeah, big shout out to Atron Framing.
we miss you.
Miss you, man.
If you're hearing this.
Miss you. I hope you watch.
But yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, for my shout outs.
Fantastic,
Yep.
guys. Well, thank you so much for being our special guest here on the Ugly Couch. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Jelly Biglands saying, go buy some fucking art.
I love it. It's so awesome.
I'm right.
Jacob.
I'm Jelly.
I'm goddamn jelly.
Damn right, I'm not your goddamn dad.
That's so rad.
All right.
Very cool.
Love having them.
Very
Stuff.
cool.
I bought several of their items.
Lots of stuff can be found throughout locations in Las Vegas. Many comic book stores have their items for sale. If you're in town, look them up. If you're around First Friday, go check out their booth. It's well worth it.
Indeed. Well, Paul, you want to kick us off? What you got?
All right, I'll kick you off. So, you guys like shooting games? Like light gun games?
Oh, okay.
Sure, okay, yeah.
Sure.
Like Big Buck Hunter and the like?
I
Oh,
don't play
that
that at all.
type of game.
God.
Are you
I was
talking
thinking
about
more House of the Dead.
All right. Well, this is kind of like House of the Dead, except it's more like Big Buck Hunter. So Big Buck Hunter,
Big Butt Hunter?
Big Butt Hunter,
Big Butt Hunter?
Big Butt Hunter has been
I've seen that movie.
miniaturized.
I like Big
I've
Butts.
seen that
and I can't lie.
video too.
They've shrunk it down
Oh, look at
for the
this.
Nintendo DS. No, it's not Big
Wow.
Butt Hunter.
Okay.
It's actually Outdoors Unleashed Africa 3D.
Okay.
And you've got like lions and
Yes.
elephants.
What
and
they
rhinos
Freaks me
and-
out how much you like the hunting games.
What they should call this game is A Man Kills Africa. Because
Is there an extinction level?
it is insane. It's so fun. It's just a fun, it's just a target game, but it's crazy violent if you really start to think about the body count that you are racking up on this thing.
Really?
Okay? Yeah. Yeah, I'm only up to like level 4. It's really fun, but it's insane. You just shoot and shoot and shoot and kill everything except for the females of the species.
Of course.
The dark gray the smaller ones are females. But so far, I've shot everything. You start off with like impalas. You shoot the hell out of impalas. You shoot hippos. You shoot rhinos. You shoot lions. And you shoot so many meerkats. It really is. It's
well,
like
they wanted it.
it's
They
like
deserved it.
it's like if you saw The Lion King, this is the assassination of the Lion King. There's a level where it starts off. It's like our camp's been overrun by meerkats. Let's take them out. I'm like, what? It'd be like us saying like, guys, there's a bunch of raccoons over at our campsite. Let's get our semi-autos and take.
Is the opening video, the lifting of the lion and his head getting shot
There's
off?
very little explanation, except this is the creepy part.
This is the creepy part.
There's an African guide. Parts of it, sometimes it's an on rails thing, so that
Okay.
you're shrugging along in a Jeep and whatever. And it starts off, and you've got a tour guide like, it looks like a beautiful day for a safari. And you're like, okay, and that's, what a beautiful day. Every animal is dead. Dead. Hundreds of them. Literally hundreds of animals per level shot and killed at your hands. Now, it's still fun. It's still just, a target game, whatever. It's good times. The thing that makes it good is that you guide the target with your stylus on the lower pen, on the lower thing, and then you've got your trigger. You can use just to trigger your finger up on the little trigger. So it's very intuitive, very easy, and the controls are extremely tight. For like a small company who came out with this, won't have their information on there. I can't recall their name, but they're good. They made a good, tight little game. The character models are a little polygony, a little boxy, but
For being a small game.
being a
you
small
don't need-
handheld, it's really fun. If you like shooting games and you want a nice portable version of an excellently controlled one that feels really good on rails and off rails shooter, it is more on rails because you're always being guided along, but it's a really fun one. So
How's the 3D?
the 3D I didn't really get into, but I'm sure it's pretty good. Oh, look at that! Heyo!
Oh wow,
Yeah, it's pretty
It's good.
There you go.
And
Yeah.
and I
Excellent.
don't watch it a lot in 3D, but there are times when there are animals that are way off in the distance. Like a meerkat
man,
is like
yeah.
2 pixels,
Oh,
and
geez.
you can pinpoint that bad boy. So it's pretty tight. You can just and they their little
Do they
cries.
squeak out?
Yeah, everybody squeaks. Everybody squeaks and everybody cries and dies. Like every shot is a
That's the real reason for the hunting season.
It's
Yeah.
really, but it's so over the top. It's really funny.
And how much that set you back?
That thing is on sale right now for $3 on the e-store. So it might not be on sale anymore. It's worth $5 in a heartbeat. It's a real fun romp if you like shooters.
$5, drop in the bucket.
It's like House of the Dead in Africa with animals, and more like Big Butt Hunter.
See, I feel like from knowing you that if you had to kill your own food, you would probably cry about it.
Oh, I'd never
But
do
you
it.
love these games.
I love
You
these games. Yeah, but if it's a real animal, I feel something. But these aren't real. These are
Yeah,
just
they're
little
just
square
little
dudes
pixelated.
going.
So calm down, PETA.
Oh,
not
and
a
there's
real thing.
alligators. I shoot a bunch of alligators.
you got to.
It's yeah. There's no choice there. They're asking for it.
They're assholes.
They're asking for it. They're all asking for it.
Michael, what you got?
Well, I enjoy a level of violence as well. So I brought Batman, The Dark Knight Returns.
Batman,
Now, this
Batman.
is part 1 and part 2. Adapted from Frank Miller's stories. These are the animated versions. DC does a great job with their animation, and these definitely go there. Part 1 tells his story and his conclusion with the Joker. And part 2 tells his interaction with Superman, which was always my favorite part when Frank Miller wrote Batman versus Superman. And like, oh, that was such a great fight. And I remember reading it in the comic books, and of course, what a great visual medium the comic books are, and to have it in moving pictures is very nice as well. Peter Weller does the voice for Batman in these, and he does an awesome job as Batman. I really enjoyed his, dark, gritty, RoboCop is Batman.
It's really good.
So
it's a really good take.
these are both really great movies. Definitely worthwhile. Had a lot of fun watching them. All the special features are great on these two. I really enjoy these Blu-rays, the Batman Blu-rays that Warner Brothers puts out, DC puts out, because I get to go back and watch the episodes of the animated series, which was probably my favorite iteration of Batman. So it's good stuff, a lot of great features. Both of these have animated stories on them
Is the
from the
overall-
animated series.
They put
Overall
a few
story-
bonus ones on there.
Is the overall story really tight to the original?
It's got most of what you want in there. There's a few omissions, but not really anything big. I mean, the story of the mutants and everything is in there, and yeah, I feel like I haven't read Frank Miller's Batman Returns in a while now, but I felt like it had everything I wanted. Yeah.
This is Batman, very old, coming to grips with
Yeah,
his mortality and making kind
guess
of
I
one
should,
last
yeah.
hurrah.
Yeah, Batman retired as Batman for a while. The city just goes to hell because Gotham needs Batman, and he just has to step out of retirement and do what Batman does, and he does it in a way that's like, this is Frank Miller, conservative Frank Miller, and this is Batman, conservative, just fed up with the bullshit Batman, just out there, just being the badass Batman that we all.
Yeah, there are elements
Know and
of
love.
it that are a bit of a Republican's wet dream.
It is.
It can be a little scary.
It definitely is.
be
We
a
don't
little
want to
scary.
live in the world that Batman lives
No,
in.
you don't.
We love Batman,
Yeah.
but I don't
But
want to.
old-
I don't want to live in Gotham.
Old bitter Batman.
Old bitter,
Woo.
yeah. Old bitter Batman is. Ooh,
Yeah.
that's. I mean, Dick Cheney right there. You know,
Pretty much.
He's right there with.
He should put on the costume.
Dick Cheney.
Yeah.
I think he is. I think he's working towards that.
I am the knight.
Just gonna go out there and beat some ass. All you.
I am the knight. I told you already. I am the
You
knight.
think the knight is your ally?
I trademarked the knight. It's mine. Subsidiary of Halliburton now. The knight. Nightco, we call it.
Sweet. So there it is. Part one.
There
part
it is.
two.
Part 1, Part 2. If you like Batman, if you don't know the Frank Miller story, this is great. And also get to know the Frank Miller story because that is an awesome comic. It took Batman from your 1960s campy actor Adam West Batman into a dark, gritty Batman that we've all gotten to know. I love the Adam West Batman too,
But
but
I really want.
Yeah, I mean, you have to have what came before for this to make any kind of sense.
yeah.
Yeah.
Would you say this would be a good jumping on point for people who aren't familiar with Batman?
No, because you have to have that. You have to have
I
that
agree.
history.
You need a little bit
You need
of.
to know who Batman.
You need
Who
some-
doesn't know who Batman?
Well,
is?
but you know what I
if
mean.
you're
Like-
in that
like
corner of the world,
if you're a kid,
don't start with that.
Can you
Don't even
imagine
start
if-
with Batman Year One because
No, yeah.
because you want to start off
It's
with a
a
more
tough
cartoony
jumping on point. You need to get a little more back history before you can take this
Yeah.
version
Yeah.
and know what it meant for him to twist it this way.
Exactly,
And
because
how
that's a
relevant
huge
it
part of the
was
story, yeah.
when it was done in the comic book form
Yeah.
back in then. Yeah.
But not that you need a whole lot of Batman history to get it.
No,
You
know,
know,
but
if you know the basic Batman
Yeah.
story, you'll be fine with
you
it.
can
Yeah.
watch the new Batman movies
Yeah.
and then watch this and
Absolutely,
still
yeah.
get it.
Certainly.
Yeah.
So that's what I brought.
But I think you need a little perspective on it. By itself, it's scary. You think Batman was a monster.
I still enjoy it. I
Ooh,
don't know.
God,
Even with the
aftertaste.
aftertaste.
No, you're wrong.
I brought a little something different this time. Don't get me wrong. I'm a huge fan of Diamond Select. I'm a huge fan of Gentle Giant Studios, the company, Sideshow Collectibles, the companies that make these great, huge, fantastic collectible pieces that cost you in the $200 plus range at the start, but you get a great final piece. I love them. But why not make it yourself? Is what it comes down to. I am a modeler. I got back into the hobby in the last couple of years. And even though modeling is not as huge as it was in the, say, the 90s, and it's what we consider its heyday, it's really starting to move up again because of the offerings that are out there and the higher quality products that are available. So instead of just buying that maquette, make it yourself. All right? I brought a couple examples because they're really tailoring themselves to the geek crowd. This is one by a newer studio called Dragon. And they put out the whole Avengers line. This is the Hulk, but they also have every single
This is
Avenger
the
out there.
Movie series.
This is the movie series Hulk. They also have, Captain America, even down to Nick Fury. Yeah, there. How about that? Whole line of them. And of course, I'm sure you're seeing other versions of. And yes, they are unpainted. Don't let that daunt you. All right. Painting is not a son of a bitch like everyone thinks it is. Yes, this does take time, but that's part of the joy, being able to show off something that you created, that you put the time and energy into. You can say, yeah, I bought that and received that online and it just sits on my shelf, but if you actually spent time and loving care in making it, it's a piece of your life to show off as well. Now this one just came out and I'm very excited about it. This is the brand new Star Trek Enterprise NX-01. Yeah, you might not be a fan of Enterprise, but I do love the ship. The show has its issues. I don't have the same issues Paul does have with it. But when you're talking about a ship whose
there a mini
saucer is
Archer
that
in there?
big, no.
The little
No
dog.
big Archer
What about the
in
dog?
there?
No.
Do you have the beagle?
Yeah, but you can
beagle?
find one. You
A
can make
tiny
one.
Porthos?
Yeah. So
Look at this thing.
When you're all done with it, you are going to have a monster
Yeah, this
ship
is gonna be
that if you
huge.
purchased it from, say, any of the above studios,
Quantum Effect.
$400 easily.
easily. And that's
Sideshow Collectibles.
before you even decide if you want to light it or not, which is even easier now than ever with preset LED strips. So, and whereas those things cost you $300 on up, this whole boxed thing, coming with decals, everything you need except paint and glue, for $60.
Wow.
And will these have paint guides?
And it has
Get the
full
right
paint
color?
guides, tells you what colors you need
Yeah.
under, in most cases, multiple paint companies. So you can choose whoever your favorite paint is.
That's cool.
And yeah, full instructions and really super simple to follow. I mean, it's all images. You don't even have to be able to read. So yeah, take your time. Look through, see what's out there. I can't close a box. I can model, but I can't close it.
That's what she said.
So, and if the price is daunting on the $60, we're talking about something this huge. You can easily find a model for an Enterprise that'll be about that big for you for $20. And not just Enterprise, Battlestar Galactica is the full engine. They just released a fantastic 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea Nautilus. And that's even before you get into the figure models, of which there are many. So give modeling a shot. Sure, it's not for everybody. It takes a little patience, and your craft grows as time goes on. But there are fantastic tutorials on YouTube. People devote web pages to it to learn the simplest painting techniques that go a long way to making a professional quality final product. So go to your local hobby store, see what's available, And just to show you an example, this is an Iron Man that I made when I first started modeling a couple of years ago. And again, this is before I had any skill in modeling. This is just following its basic instructions. And it turned out real well. And now that I've grown in strength, if I did it again, yeah, I'd make it even shine even further, probably make the centerpiece light up. But
yeah, the LED kits out there. So
the LEDs
simple.
are not only that, but there's also prefab ones you can buy where they send you everything you need for whatever model, the company that just specializes in that, so you can light the model specifically for that particular piece.
It's really cool. Yeah, when I was a kid, I got into it a little bit. I painted up and created a Sopwith camel. I remember that with big shark teeth on the side of the plane.
Yeah.
And it was really cool. I had it hanging in my room and everything, and I was very proud of that thing. It wasn't that great because I was a kid and it was a little sloppy, but yeah, there's a definite special connection you have to a piece that you spend that much time with.
Yes,
you know, and the things you have to sand off the little funky pieces and
Yeah, you
everything.
gotta-
And what limited modeling time I have had has served me as an action figure collector, and I'm sure you guys can test this too. Occasionally you'll get a piece that's just not right. Somebody's eye is twisted a little way, or you know,
Oh, yes.
you know, so we can do our own little at-home fix-its without too much trouble because we've had some experience like that. So if you're a collector of toys or any kind of other memorabilia like that, it would serve you to get in this side of it because it gives you a different appreciation for what goes into the fabrication of all these elements.
On top of that, going back to the action figures, it also teaches you great skills you can then use to completely modify your action figures into that whole subset of genre.
Check out Hunter Knight Collectibles if you want to check out a dude who knows his action figure modifications, specifically Masters of the Universe Classics.
Oh, really? Oh.
He's got some amazing shit though. He's really good. He's really good.
But you'd be amazed at how quickly your skills grow as you go from model to model. I wish I had other ones to show you, but my girlfriend really likes spaceships, and so she has most of my later ones. But that's what I got. What do you got? Write to us. Comments at uglycowshow.com. And of course, watch Geek Shock, which is great to listen to when you're making models. It's real sad. It's real
Yeah,
nice.
it's a good model. It is model maker approved.
But be cautious when cutting with the X-Acto knife and listening because you might guffaw and lose a finger.
Cut away from the body.
Ooh, yeah.
Away from the body. All right. And thank you, 80s Kids, for joining us. It's great having you. And until next time, I am Master Torgo.
The famous pole.
Just Michael.
And we'll see you next time on this right here, Ugly Couch thing. This one.
It's time for some meerkats.
Let's go
to
meerkat
pay the
murdering.
ultimate price.
What I should do is make the Hulk ride the Enterprise.
Oh,
like
that's-
surfing
yeah.
the Enterprise.
Oh,
you do
surfing.
it?
Yeah, just
Oh, dude, then you got to get a Silver Surfer versus the
that
Hulk.
could have been a
You
subplot
get like
in
a-
World War Hulk.
yeah.
Well, he
They
kind
sent
of
him
did
out and
that.
He kind of, yeah, he did. He rode a rocket
Well,
back to Earth.
when he
I'm
rode
gonna
it back,
find
yeah.
some big booty Barbie shorts and put them on the Hulk
There you go.
for the surfing Hulk.
So, surfing.
Surfing the cosmic skyway.
Surfing Hulk. Well, the Hulk. There we go. See? It's cool.
Oh, that is really tight, yeah.
Yeah, I tell you, it's really good.
It's really disturbing.
It's fun.
You're shooting out of a jeep.
Yeah, he's just.
They
kinda
are
riding
running.
along.
They
They're
are
fearing for their
of
life.
you.
There goes Meerkat
Oh,
Manor.
jeez. Oh, they're crying.
That's it, everyone. There's pain with every one of them.
Oh, it's kind of horrible.
It's kind of horrible, but it's really good.
That's gonna be pretty.
Oh, it's
I better get. Wow.
It's going to haunt my dreams.